because when you see these other teams in the Eastern Conference get better, the Western Conference is already stacked. These Eastern Conference powerhouses, Miami, Brooklyn, Chicago, Indiana, they all absolutely got better. The Knicks, I thought, did get a little better, but they didn't make the necessary moves they did. They did not. At first, I was a proponent. I thought the Knicks maybe were the third best team in the East. Right now, they're not even a top 5 team in the East. Right now, they're not playing like a playoff team. I think they will be a playoff team down the road. I really do. Because it's only 6 games in the season. But it just brings back these memories of how bad they were from 2001 to 2010. It just brings up how bad they were for that decade. And it's just very frustrating watching such a lackluster team on defense for so many years. When are they going to do something about it? I mean, Tyson Chandler did it on his own one year, and he won Defensive Player of the Year, deservingly so. He absolutely deserved that Defensive Player of the Year award that season. Then you got Iman Shumpert, great perimeter defender. What else do you have? They say, Pablo Prigioni, he's a good defender. He's 37 years old. He's not going to be able to defend Derrick Rose, the Derrick Roses, the Russell Westbrooks. He's 37 years old. He can't do that. Andrea Bargnani and Carmelo Anthony are complete liabilities on the defensive end. J.R. Smith, liability on defense. The Knicks' biggest hope right now on defense, in order to step up big time, is, you got Metta World Peace, but he's not even the same defender as he once used to be. He's still solid, yes, but he's not the game changer that he used to be. You need to develop a defensive game for Tim Hardaway Jr. That's what you have to do. The shot will come and go, I think. He's a naturally very good shooter. And he has his father, his father was one of the best three-point shooters when he played. So, naturally, it runs in the family with Hardaway. He obviously is struggling right now, but he's going to struggle. But let him get his game back. If you really want him to be worth that first-round pick, the 24th overall pick, if you're going to load up on wing players, you got to make sure you got to turn Hardaway into a good defensive player. He's key, Tim Hardaway Jr. And then if he becomes a good defensive player, his shot will come back to him, I believe. He's really struggling now, obviously, as I said, but he has to play better defense. And then if he becomes good enough, you can work a guy like Tim Hardaway into this trade. Where therefore, if you trade a guy like Shumpert, you can say, okay, we have Tim Hardaway Jr., but the Knicks don't do that. It's just mind-blowing. They fired the GM, or they demoted Glenn Grunwald, when Glenn Grunwald put a team together that won 54 games and was the second seed in the East. He did what he had to do, and then they demoted him. Why? It's just very frustrating me and Knicks fans these days. It really is. Do I think there is more to come, better to come? Absolutely. But just right now, it's just bringing back bad memories of the Isaiah Thomas days, the Larry Brown year, the start of the season. When I know personally, and so many fans know, that this Knicks team is capable of much, much more. All right, that does it for basketball. I'll be right back after the break. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. We'll be back right after the break.
Hi, this is David Wright, and you're listening to WICR.